Hello, we are live. Happy Thanksgiving, and thank you for coming to this channel. My name is Cindy, and thank you for visiting my channel today. It is Saturday, the before Thanksgiving, so that's why I have this really cool Google Slides picture of a Thanksgiving dinner. I hope you guys will all have a great Thanksgiving, and I just want to say that um, yeah, it's going to be different, but I decided that today I'm going to just talk about some things that have related to Thanksgiving and just to think about things that you're thankful for. And those of you who are visiting in the chat box, you can let me know what it is that you are thankful for. And I have this really awesome reward. So if you are an online teacher, and you know Amanda Panda. She is really great at rewards, and she has a website, Amanda Panda Teacher, and she also has a free email. She gives out a freebie every month or every week, I think. And she did this turkey, and what you do is you can print it out, and then there are some feathers. So for a little along the way, I'm going to put a feather up for the different things that we're thankful for. And then on the side, I have my iPad, which is connected to my computer. So if you're watching this video and you are an online teacher and you want to know how you can do this, I have this hardwired to my computer, and then I have anything I put in this box will go in that box on the side, and I run this through Cam Twist. It's a really awesome way to do it, and I can also do like this. So I do this during my class for many different things. So the first thing I wanted to do today was to just give thanks to God for all of the blessings that He has given to us. And I wanted to read a passage that I just, you try to be organized and then something happens. Okay, here it is. Okay, so this is Psalm 100, and this time of year, I know that this is 2020, we've had a lot of disappointments this year. A lot of things have happened that are, I could almost cry at the drop of a hat right now, because there have been a lot of disappointments and a lot of hard things that we've had to go through. Some people have gone through isolation. Other people have actually gotten sick. The kids have had disappointments. They haven't been able to do things that they've wanted to do. But still, no matter what, she turns 1 on Thanksgiving Day. We're so thankful. Oh, that's awesome. Her granddaughter, Kathy Kelly, says her granddaughter was born last year, 11/26, surprise delivery room, diagnosis of Down syndrome, long hospital stay, 4 major surgeries, and she's 1 on Thanksgiving Day. Oh, wow. That is a great story. Thank you. So, yeah. So 1 year later, we still have that gift. Kids are such a wonderful gift. And one of my daughters was born the day before Thanksgiving, so her birthday's coming up as well. And so I wanted to just give thanks to God, because no matter what, He's given us life, and He's given us the gift of life and the gift of being able to live in this country. And we are having a hard time, and things are happening that are difficult, but we still have a great country, and we still have a lot of people. From what I've heard, there's 73 million people or more that love this country and want to see this country continue as it has been. And so it's just a really great country. And so we are thankful. And Thanksgiving is a holiday that is specific to our country. Now, I'm sure other countries have days that they're thankful for what they have in their own country, but this is a day that was set aside for Americans to just be thankful for the bounty that we have. And so Psalm 100 says, "Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know ye that the Lord, he is God. It is he that hath made us, and not we ourselves. We are his people, and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him, and bless his name. For the Lord is good, his mercy is everlasting, and his truth endureth to all generations." So that's just a really awesome chapter that I like to remind myself of, because I love the part that says, "Know ye that the Lord, he is God. It is he that hath made us, and not we ourselves." And we just get so bossy on this earth, thinking that we get to pick how this thing goes when God is the one who made us, and God has a purpose, and he gives us good things, and he gives us so much. But it's our responsibility to just acknowledge who God is and that he has a plan for our life. And even during these hard times, we need to continue to say, he's in control. He has a purpose. He has a plan. No matter what happens, he's in control. He is the one who has all of this figured out. We don't. And I don't want to lose what we have in America. I don't want to lose my freedom. I don't want to, it's the holidays. The masks are being mandated all over the country, all over the world, and it's just getting oppressive. And I don't want that. I don't want to live in fear. But we need to just take it one day at a time and do what God has given us to do, and trust his plan, trust his leadership. And no matter what happens, as a Christian, the Bible says, if we trust in Jesus Christ, we will see eternity in heaven with him. And so we know that this world isn't all there is to life. There is a life that God is preparing for us in eternity. So to keep that in mind. So I don't know if you read a lot of books, but when I was a kid, most of my friends on this that come to this channel have read a lot of books, and most of my friends are very smart, because those are the connections I have, the Vipkid teachers, and I respect all of those friends who watch these videos, because I know that you guys are hard workers, and you're not just looking for entertainment. You're looking to learn things and to be encouraged, or something to better yourself. And I love that. But when I was in high school, I read a lot of books about different hard times, people that have gone through hard times, and how did they get through it. One of the people that I read about was Corrie ten Boom, and you may have too. She had a book called The Hiding Place, and they also made it out into a movie, and she and her sister were captured and lived as POW. Hello, Danny. And they lived in the concentration camp, and they went through really hard times, but she and her sister, they stayed together, and they were able to encourage each other through the hard times. And her sister especially was the one who kept telling her to have joy, have joy, have joy. And her sister was the one who actually died first. But God preserved Corrie ten Boom and allowed her to survive that terrible time. And she came out of it and wrote a book. And one of the poems, now, I have read that maybe she didn't write this poem. Maybe she didn't actually write the poem, but she used the poem. So I don't know which is true, if she actually wrote it or if she just borrowed it from someone, but it's attributed to her in many places. And it's a poem that I've had over the years, pulled it out, given it to a lot of people, used it in many ways. And it's today I just thought I would remind myself and remind you guys of this wonderful poem. Thank you, Danny. It's good to have you here. It goes like this. My life is but a weaving between my God and me. I cannot choose the colors. He worketh steadily. Sometimes he weaveth sorrow, and I in foolish pride forget he sees the upper, and I the underside. Not till the loom is silent and the shutters cease to fly shall God unroll the canvas and explain the reason why. The dark threads are as needful in the weaver's skillful hand as the threads of gold and silver in the pattern he has planned. My life is but a weaving between my God and me. I see the seams and tangles, but he sees perfectly. He knows, he loves, he cares. Nothing this truth can dim. He gives his very best to those who choose to walk with him. So this was, made famous by Corrie ten Boom, who lived in a concentration camp, and she still found her way to make peace with all of that, and she didn't do anything wrong. She was trying to help save people's lives, but she had to live a story of real hardship. And so I've always loved that poem, and I've always loved her attitude. And throughout my life, I really haven't had a lot of horrible things happen to me. But this year has been a really hard year, and you wonder what's up ahead, what's going to happen, what's the future going to hold. But those stories of hardship help us to realize that we can just take it one day at a time, and we can just trust that whatever happens, it will be within God's control. And to always have hope, right? And I think that I love how Thanksgiving comes once a year, and I think we're thankful. A lot of my friends were thankful through the years, but it's just good to really do it up, right? With a good celebration. And I know that this year, maybe we're limited as to how far we can travel or how many people we can be with, For me, I don't think it's going to be a matter of the state telling us what we can do or not do, because I do have a lot of children, but not all of them are going to come home anyway, right? Some of my kids live far away, and they probably wouldn't be coming home anyway at this time. So it would have been kind of a quiet day anyway. But so I'm going to put up a feather for Kathy Kelly's granddaughter, and that is so awesome. And I'm going to put up a feather because I read that Danny, I love her farm. Her farm is awesome, and she shows how you can have peace just in your own little natural element, And I hope next year that my garden goes a little better. I did good with the chickens this year. We get 13 eggs a day. Isn't that amazing? I got a dozen eggs from the store. It's Judy, our family of 4 this year. Oh, just our family of 4 this year. And Dixie said, we are all the family we need right here. Oh, that is so precious. Oh, that is so precious. So, hey, Meredith. So, I get 13 eggs per day. I got my chickens that are 12. I got a dozen, okay? When I got my chickens in March, I'm going to stop looking at the chat box. I'm going to tell this little story. I went to Tractor Supply, and I called them up and I said, do you guys have chickens? And they're like, these chickens are going like toilet paper. They come in on Wednesday and they're gone by Thursday. So if you want chickens, you need to come right down and just, come get some. So the next Wednesday, I went straight down when they opened, went in there, got my 1 dozen chickens. And then the um, the guy's telling me, "Oh, look at these." Usually I like to get a mix of different types of chickens, but I just got the 1 dozen, whichever ones they told me. They're all hens. And then he said, "We also have these bantams." So I got 2 bantams, hoping one of them would be a rooster. And it turned out that one was a rooster and one's a hen. So I actually get um, 12 regular eggs, and then I get 1 small white egg. So I get 13 eggs per day, and I have 13 kids, and I didn't really plan it that way. So I think that is really cool. Um, so let's see. Meredith, I was trying to go to a meetup but can't figure out how to get to it. Oh no. You go to the regular portal, and then you go to events, and usually it's in the events section. And so I'm going to put another feather up for all of my chicken eggs. I'm really glad. Somebody built my coop for me, so I was really blessed in that way, because we had a coop and it wasn't very good, and then someone built it for me, brought it over, and actually set it up. So that's really cool. And more chicken videos, please. Chickens are really fun, and they're pretty easy. It takes about 6 months before they're actually going to lay eggs. So that's the hardest part, is waiting. But now they lay about, each hen weighs 1 per day. So, yeah. So I just love them, and I love chickens, but these chickens are very kind of aggressive. My one rooster is hilarious. He's pretty ugly. He's not one of the most beautiful roosters ever. He's a bantam, and he kind of looks like a fluffy puffball. And he's a little smaller, which is kind of good for roosters, because if they grow big and they're mean, sometimes people don't like to keep them around. So so that's the story on that. So yeah, so I wanted to show you also, I did my cornucopia class yesterday, and this was the cornucopia I made. And if you have not made one, this is a really great tradition. Oh, it smells so good too. You form the, you take the foil and you form a cone, and then you put the bread around it. I just kind of made strips, and you spray it first and put the bread around it. And so you can use this to, like, you could put crackers and cheese in it, or fruit. I made this with a student on OUTSCHOOL yesterday. I actually made it twice. I made it once, and she was taking kind of a long time, so I made it again. And I think my first time it was a little better. I'm making another one on Tuesday. I have another student in a baking class, and she's going to make one. And looks great. How was the class? The class was good. I only had one student, but I went ahead and did it. I know that's not, I didn't make a ton of money. I made $7, but it was really fun. And the student was hilarious, because she didn't want to turn on her microphone. So I basically talked, and just hopefully she enjoyed it. But if you want to know more about how to make one, I do have a video on my YouTube. You can look for it there. There are also other videos on YouTube as well. And it's just a really great holiday tradition. A friend of mine does it, and she actually makes them and sells them to people as a centerpiece. Obviously, she does a little bit better job than me, but she also gets together with her family, and they each make one. And her kids are grown, and they live outside the house. And so it's a really good family activity. Yes, keep teaching those one students ratings and future students. Yeah, I have a baking class that is going, like, an ongoing class, and I only have one student, but she is awesome. I love her so much. And so, like, last week we made cinnamon rolls. And so my family didn't realize that I was going to be doing a class at this certain time. And all of a sudden, the house was full of people. And I thought I was going to be, like, kind of in trouble for it or something. You know, I thought, oh, great, now she's going to be frustrated. There's all this activity. But at the end of class, she's like, I had such a great class. I can't wait till next week. And, you know, so that was really awesome. And I just really love teaching kids. And I love OUTSCHOOL that you get students that want that subject. You know, when you, like, I did pets and I got kids that love pets, and I did the bread and I got kids that want to make the bread, and it's just really fun to teach kids that love that subject. And so yeah, so I'm going to say feather for thankful for online teaching, and I'm also thankful for my online teacher friends. And this turkey is brought to you by Amanda Panda Teacher. And this was her freebie for this week. And I printed it out and laminated it, and I put a little bit of magnet. I had these magnets that you kind of cut them up and put them on the back. And so for my older students, I was able to ask them for what things that they are thankful for, and I put them on the turkey as feathers. For the younger student, just give them a feather. Say it's Thanksgiving, give them a feather if they can't say a lot of words. But this is a really great, I thought it was really cute, and I'll put it away again for next year. And so I'll be using this reward this week, and then I will be, next week, I'll be decorating for Christmas. I have not put up a tree like some people. I have not done that yet. I did set up my fireplace and everything, and I do have some lights on it, but it's more like a, you know, fall theme type thing. So Meredith, I'll watch the replay. My sister's here. She's up now, so we're going to run errands. Okay. Is that the sister that was sick, Meredith? So that means she's doing good? Okay, great. Awesome. So for family, right? Family. And I'm going to be getting together with some of my family. Like I said, a lot of my family lives kind of far away anyway, so they're not going to be able to make it. But it's hard when you have a lot of kids that you always feel like somebody's missing, but you have to kind of remind yourself to be thankful for the ones that are here. So only teaching PE and stretching this week. So hard to take the time off with Christmas coming, but I need the break for a sense of normal. Good. Yes. And I've had a little bit of a break because I haven't had a lot of bookings for OUTSCHOOL. So as far as my teaching schedule, I do 4 or 5 VIP Kid every day. I took Sunday off for VIP Kid, and I also took Friday night and Saturday night off for VIP Kid. And I actually did apply for Gogokid, got into Gogokid. I was going to try for the 300, but you have to open 75 slots within 1 month. And I did open up a bunch of slots for the following frenzy, and I only got a couple bookings. And then my VIP Kids did not just fill in. So that week I missed out on a few dollars. So I just decided I'm not going to try to shoot for the 300 for Gogokid, but I am going to open up a few slots. So I opened up Sunday. So I do have 1 class tomorrow for Gogokid, and I have another class next week for Gogokid, and I still have the slots open. So they could book more. If I can do 2 or 3 Gogos per week, you know, maybe that would work. I don't know if that's what the company actually wants, but my VIP Kids are booking fully, so I don't want to give that up right now, because what I really want to do is focus on OUTSCHOOL, and that kind of takes a little bit of time to build up. So I'm trying to be creative for my OUTSCHOOL program and try to work on that, get some stuff going that's going to be more popular, and then try to kind of gravitate toward OUTSCHOOL. So that's what I'm trying to do. So my base pay for VIP Kid is $9, and my base pay for GoGo is $8.50. So I got all the raises for VIP Kid. So this month will be my last month of getting the regular pay, and then starting December 1st, I get the really fun new pay schedule. Basic reading classes. I'll try that. I just don't know how, like when I've taught reading before, um, I used a curriculum, and I know that one thing that's kind of gets me, I wanted to do a reading course. I opened it up. It was more like intermediate reading, and I had some resources for that. But but the copyright thing, that's what gets me. So I'm not sure how you guys do reading classes. So maybe you could kind of give me some tips on that. So usually when I've taught reading, I had a curriculum. I taught phonics, and I had the curriculum, and it was kind of all set out for me. So do you make your own stories? Ongoing beginner reading classes are in demand. Okay. So that might be something I could do. I've definitely taught reading before. I taught first, second, and third combination classes, and I really did enjoy it. But my thing was, how do you set up the classes and get it going? So basic CVC words, magic E, just make a Google slideshow. Okay. So they just want practice. So I could do that. Yeah, definitely. Okay, awesome. So anything else you guys are thankful for? I'm thankful for my health. You know, I've been healthy this year, even though there's been a lot of hard things going on. I think my mental health is more at risk than my physical health at this moment. But I am thankful for my health. I'm thankful that my arm is doing better. I'd heard it way back in I think it was maybe May or something. Maybe it was June. Maybe it was in the summer. So, oh, Danny, you make up animal stories. That's awesome. That's really creative. My daughter, she's 18, and she kind of finished her classes for school early, and she got a job teaching a kid. A friend of mine, her son needed help with reading, and so she taught him how to read, and she was so excited about it. So he's just now reading, and he says it's easy. So he got over that hump of not getting it to getting it. So she's really excited. So Luann says, she's thankful that her broken ankle has healed naturally without surgery. Praise the Lord. Yes, that is great. And Danny, you didn't really hurt me. I was trying to keep up with the kids, and I know that my arms are sensitive, and I shouldn't have tried to do a push-up. So you live and learn, right? It was just one of those things. Hello, Rebecca F. Thank you for coming. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I am thankful for my online friends. Look at I did not make a video on this because I wanted to show everyone today. Kathy Kelly is opening day for hunting in New York. I'm trying to be thankful that my husband got a deer. Oh, well, yeah, I know that's a lot of work, right? Putting it up, but then you have meat, right? And so that's really cool. I have a friend that her husband does that, and they put the meat away, and they have it for a long time. So that's awesome. So I got this this hood. No, it's not a hoodie. It's not a hoodie. It's just a VIP Kid shirt or sweatshirt. And I got this from my friend Mindy. Mindy is moving, and they sold their house, and they're moving to another house, and she's kind of clearing out. So she said she got this, and I guess it didn't fit her or something, and so she wanted to pass it along, and she picked me. So I was so honored. I got this in the mail yesterday, and it fits me perfectly. So Mindy, if you're watching this, well, hopefully she will watch this eventually. Um, Thank you so much. I will definitely thank her personally as well. Maybe make a video about it. But it fits perfectly and it is very comfortable. So I love it. And I wore it today for the first time for my classes. I did sign my 6th contract. So I do plan on getting the hoodie because I think that it just is, just one of those things. I have to be in the hoodie club. So Rebecca is thankful for good weather to take walks. Yes. We had really good weather yesterday. It's warm or cool here right now, getting closer to winter. Thankful for coffee. Now, if you're watching this video, and I would always suggest that you do not drink coffee near your computer unless you have it in one of these. Non-spill. Yesterday, I was teaching along, and all of a sudden, something fell off my desk, and it wasn't a mug, but it was a open top kind of thing, and it fell on the floor, and it did have coffee in it, but fortunately, it just went on the floor. But this one, I love these because you have to press the button to open the hole to take a sip. So if you just go like that, it doesn't spill. So yeah. So I just love it. So thank you guys all for coming. I really appreciate it. So I hope you guys have a really good Thanksgiving. And I know that it's hard this year, but we're just taking it one day at a time. My daughter, she has 3 of her own kids and 1 foster daughter, and it's hard. She was kind of frustrated yesterday, and she was talking to me about it, and I was like, give yourself a break because this is a hard time, and I think moms with little kids, it's even harder because like when my kids were little, I would just we would go to McDonald's, buy $5 worth of food and then play in the play place, just let them play. And the kids can't do that right now, and just so many limitations. It's really hard. So I'm just take it one day at a time and really do go ahead and count your blessings. Look at what you have. Now, personally for me, I do not feel too uncomfortable because I have kind of been home for many years. That's kind of how I lived. And where I live, it's kind of country. So when my kids were kind of a little bit older and we were starting to get out more, the gas prices shot up. So we were having to pay almost $3.50 to $4 for gas, and we had a 15-passenger van. So I couldn't really afford to go anywhere. So I would stay close by, and then if I did go out, I would have to plan my trips because I didn't have $100 a week to spend on gas. And so we stayed home a lot and we watched a lot of videos. We didn't really have internet at that time, so that was kind of a good thing. But when it was cold, we would watch videos, and we watched through a few different series of videos. I watched a lot. We did have a Christian bookstore not far from us with some really good videos, which I wish I had right now. I think with the internet, right now we have the internet, and I think when my younger kids, they go to try to find something to watch, there's 95% of garbage, and they can't find the 5% good stuff. My older kids watched only good stuff. And as they got older, we kind of opened up the floodgates of stupidness, I call it. But I really wish we had a better handle on what they could be exposed to. I think with the internet, it just makes it wide open. and they kind of watch the dumbest things, honestly. I have the two younger boys, and it's like the potential of using this for good is there, but the humans just gravitate to laziness, I think. So they miss kids. I'm glad I have two so they can play a little. Been trying to play cards with them daily, play more. That's why I took the week off. That's awesome. And it is hard, but it's also a lot of hard things out there about being with kids. So I think it's cool if you know other families that they're quarantining also, kind of thing, and you can get together with them. That's what I do periodically. I have friends that they really don't go far. I don't go far. We get together. We're fine. But like Wednesday, one of my kids wasn't feeling that great. I think he was just overtired, but we stayed home. So, the slightest little bit of something, we stay home. But I do have a plan, like once a week, I have a friend that I go visit. And we do have a couple of kids that come over to do their schoolwork with us a couple of days a week. And so just kind of keeping the circles smaller and being careful. And honestly, I'm not really that afraid of the virus itself, but there are a lot of people who are. So I don't want to like push it right now. So we just have to keep a lot of prayer going, and just take it one day at a time and be thankful for what we have. That's all we can do right now, and continue to pray for everyone. Yeah. And their relationship is growing. I know, like when I grew up, we had 3 kids, 3 years apart, and we didn't really do much together because we went to school and we were all in different classes. And I feel like I wish we had had more together time at home. And we did do vacations and things like that, but there's nothing like just that daily time together. So that's true. And it's only for a season. You think it's going to be forever, and then they get older, and especially your boy, he'll go get a job and then it'll be done. He'll be out. Sometimes you can keep the girls a little longer because they have, I don't know, my girls are more creative. Like my daughter, she has a job in town, but she actually makes more money. She has a couple other jobs, so that are for families. So that's also an option right now too, because more people are home, so there are more options to help other families. And so it kind of worked out for her. So she's kind of saving up, and she wants to go to college in the fall, and we'll see how that goes. She is really, really smart, and she wants to do something academic. Her desire is to be a world traveler. She would love to study abroad, she says, which I'm not thrilled about, but we'll just see how it goes. Oh, yeah. That is true, Danny. Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. Well, I homeschooled by choice for many years, and they always love to be with other kids. But I did get together with other kids, other families. They weren't completely isolated, but I don't regret it. I really don't regret it because it just the only thing I regret is that I wasn't more fervent about it. I had so many hard days. I had so many hard days. I wish I had been happier. I wish I had been more content with it. But I had a lot of hard days. And so if I could go back, I think I wouldn't really change anything except for my attitude. So you could take that, as a, encouragement. Just work on your attitude, accept what you have. What do we need for the cornucopia? Okay, so to make this cornucopia, I put in 1 loaf of bread dough into my bread maker, bread machine. I just threw all of the ingredients for 1 loaf of white bread into the bread machine and had it make the bread dough. So you could use regular bread dough. You can make it yourself, let it rise once, and then make the cornucopia, let it rise a second time. You can use, like, you can get the dough in the cans if you want. You can get the dough in the cans. You can get crescent rolls if you want. Anything like that would work. You just need to get, what I used for the form was I used, you can, at the dollar store, you could get one of those, I don't know if I took a picture of it. The foil, like the foil cookie sheet thing. Okay, this is what I used. A foil cookie sheet with some foil and then the bread dough. So I just used 1 loaf. And then I made a cone with that cookie sheet thing. I just kind of folded it up so that it would make a cone, and 1 small end, 1 open end, and then I put foil in the middle. And then once you form it, you let it rise for 1 hour or longer, however long, whatever size you want it to get to. And then you bake. Now, I had told my student to do it 350 for 20 or 30 minutes, but I accidentally left mine in the oven. So I would say about 400 for 45 minutes. And just long enough to make sure that it's cooked, and it can be hard. Like, this is hard. It's completely cooked. And then, so you cook it with the foil in it, and then I let it sit out on the counter overnight, and then I took the foil out. Just don't forget to spray the cone before you put the dough on it, and spray it really well, because you don't want that cone to stick and then you can't get it out. Bread is intimidating like canning. It's not hard. It just seems intimidating. Okay. But that's why I did the class, bread making, because once you do it a few times, it's really not that hard. The thing you have to remember with bread is that you want to put warm, if you're making it from scratch, you want to use warm water. It's 110 degrees. So if you touch it and it feels warm, that's good. Warm water. And then that helps the yeast to work. Okay. Water, oil, sugar. It's basically water, oil, sugar, and flour. And you can make yourself a dough. If you have a bread machine, I just threw it in my bread machine, did it. If you don't have a bread machine, if you have a KitchenAid, do you have a KitchenAid, Danny? I can do, in my KitchenAid, I put it on the dough hook, throw all the ingredients in there and let it go. And then just let it go for a while. And then when you're done, you have dough. And then let it rise for about an hour, then make your cornucopia. So you want to make the dough, if you're making it from scratch, make it an hour or 2 before you're going to make your cornucopia. And if you want to do it, say you want to do it in the morning and make your cornucopia in the afternoon, you could let it rise and then put it in the refrigerator, or put it in the refrigerator, then take it out. So, yeah. So that's, when I taught home ec, was kind of my goal, was to show the girls how easy bread is to make. And if you want to be fancy with it, you can be fancy with it. But you don't have to be, you could just make regular white dough. I used regular white dough to make the cinnamon rolls, and I use regular white dough for a lot of things. So, Yeah. So for cinnamon rolls, all you're doing is you're putting cinnamon and sugar, cinnamon and sugar, cinnamon and sugar, 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 sugar. So you can practically use cardboard for that because it's still going to taste good. So that's the story on that. So if you have any questions, text me and let me know, and I'd be glad to help you out with that. I am doing a class on Tuesday. So if you want to sign up for my ongoing class on Tuesday, you could do it with us. That class is at noon Eastern on Tuesday. That will be with my regular student. I have an ongoing bread making class, and I said we could make baking powder biscuits or the cornucopia, and she chose the cornucopia. So I'm excited about that. Nice. For this project, it doesn't matter if you use bleached or unbleached, because technically you're not going to eat it. But when I cook, I like to use unbleached. I just think it tastes better. I have also made the cornucopia with a wheat flour, and that works really well because it's a little dense also, so it's kind of a little easier to work with. It's not as flimsy. So for this project, you could use any type of flour you want. If you have some bleached flour you want to get rid of, use that. Oh, your kids have school on Tuesdays. Okay. Okay. That's all right. If you want to just message me when you want to do it, we could do a Zoom, like just friendly Zoom call while you're doing it if you want. Or we could do, yeah, there's lots of possibilities, Danny. You could make a live video doing that. Wouldn't that be cool on your channel? And I could come in and advise you. I have already made one cornucopia. I'll be making another one on Tuesday. I don't know what I'm going to do with the extra one, but it's it's an inexpensive, fun craft, so it's not that big of a deal. I could feed it to the chickens actually, right? This Tuesday, so I guess we could just unsubscribe for 1 week. That's something about ongoing. Right, that's what I was figuring. You can do it anytime. But, if you want to just do a video on your channel and I'll come on and be your guest, you can do that through StreamYard. So, and it doesn't cost anything and it could be live. You're not into lives anymore. Okay. Well, you could let's see, on Zoom, you can make a private video and then edit it. So, yeah. So anyway, there are lots of possibilities if you want to do it, but if you don't, that's fine too. Just text me with whatever questions you might have. But it is kind of fun to do with someone. So when I did it with my student yesterday, she didn't want to turn on the audio, and she typed in the chat box if she answered a question. So that was a little awkward. So I felt like I was kind of talking to myself. So I just kind of explained what the cornucopia is. Usually it's a basket. It represents plenty. It represents blessings. And I don't know why, I just love the cornucopia. It's just it just represents thankfulness, bounty. And so usually we see pictures of cornucopia with fruit in them and stuff. But usually for this one, I will make my rolls and bring that and kind of set the rolls around it and just use this as a centerpiece. But you could put like fruit in it. You could do crackers and cheese. You could do chips and dip. Hey, Cindy, do a scheduled live, post supplies, and whoever wants to join can on your channel. That would be cool. I tried to offer it on Your Teachable Moment and nobody signed up. But yeah, I could do that. That sounds like a great idea. So let's see, today's Saturday. Okay, I'll look at my schedule and see what I have available, maybe like Monday night or something. So do you want to do it, Luann? Because, like if you have, usually at Thanksgiving, when we have Thanksgiving dinner, we'll usually do mid-afternoon. So usually there's something that we have available for people to snack on, like crackers and cheese. You could even do like carrots, celery, you could put the peanut butter or cream cheese in a little, you know, dish, and then just put all of that stuff around this thing and kind of set it up as a fun little special thing. So if Luann, if you want to do it, we could plan a time and we could do it StreamYard if you want. We could each do it. And if there are more people that want to do it with us, we could open StreamYard for that. Or we could just do the two of us and whoever wants to watch. That would be really awesome, Luann. That's a great idea. Thank you. Okay. It is my night off. Awesome. Okay. Great. All right. So we'll connect off the show. Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you so much. That'll be great. Okay. So I'm going to call it a wrap. And I want to thank you guys so much for coming. And if anybody's on here or you watch this video and you want to join us for the Monday night cornucopia, what time works for you, Luann? I could announce it right now. I'm thinking, like, for me, it might be like 7 o'clock. Are you Eastern or are you, I can't remember. 7 o'clock Eastern. So what I've done before, I can post the ingredients. I will tell you right now so you can kind of get a head start. You need 1 loaf of bread dough. You need 1, I like to have this harder thing. I got this at the dollar store for $1 for 1 cookie sheet type thing, just to make a mold. Some foil, and not pictured would be some non-stick cooking spray. And then you also need a cookie sheet to put it on. So I will connect with Luann and we will talk about a good time that would work. I'm thinking 7 Eastern Central. Does 7 Eastern work for you, or is that too early? Because for me, I think my son, I'm not sure if he has basketball practice or not. And if he does, I don't get home until like 6. So, and I don't like it to be too late because I get up early. So 7 works for me, or maybe 7:30. So just private message me and let me know. And I will make an announcement and I will put it on my channel. This sounds great. Okay, so thank you guys for coming. Thank you for watching. Check out my other videos. And if you didn't come until the beginning, at the beginning I had some really great encouraging words for everyone for this time of year. So yeah, that's 6 p.m. Central. So thank you so much, Laura, for coming. And I am Morgan Brown. She started going on Saturdays, so I'm probably going to watch her video after this. So if you watched my video and you missed hers, you might want to go back. She always does a really great job with her videos. And December 5th will be the journey. I don't think I'll be going live that day. And so lots of things coming up, lots of good things to look forward to. And stay strong and stay thankful and have a great week. I love you guys. Goodbye.